They told us to stop buying coffee and we'd be millionaires. Meanwhile, rent has doubled, healthcare is unaffordable, and the stock market, it feels like a scam. They said if we worked hard, got the degree, and made the right choices, we'd be free. Yet, many of us are waking up to a different reality right now. We did the things, and we're still stuck. I've paid more than the value of my student loan, and I still owe more than I borrowed. For a long time, I thought that the goal was freedom, but really it was chasing wealth. And they're not the same. Freedom doesn't have to mean a big house, luxurious vacations, and early retirement. Sometimes it really means having access to quality food, safe housing, and healthcare without incurring debt. If you're feeling like a good salary isn't enough, like you're doing everything right and still can't breathe, you're not imagining it. The system was not designed for you to achieve financial freedom. Is financial freedom even possible? If it is, what does it look like? Let's talk about what financial freedom actually means in 2025 because it's changed. And in this video, we're going to break down what economic freedom looks like in real life today. For most of my life, I followed the model I thought was universal: attend school, earn a degree, buy a house, and perhaps start a business, and then eventually freedom. But choosing what to study wasn't as simple as follow your dreams. My mom wanted me to go into medicine. It was something stable, recession proof. I was terrible at math, so engineering was off the table. Law, she thought I was too introverted. I had lots of interests. University was a place to explore them, just not financially. So I got the degree. And do you know what happened? It was like shouting into a void. Jobs didn't care that I had a degree. The degree didn't open any extra doors. All it opened was debt. And there's the whole just earn more advice. Sure, except the more you earn, the more you work, the less freedom you have. Unless you hit the jackpot with one of those rare jobs, the ones with high pay and flexibility, those jobs are held by the gatekeepers. They're not on Indeed. The truth is, the goalpost hasn't just moved, it's in a stadium on the other side of the country. The people keep telling you to run for it like the ground isn't collapsing under your feet. We're told to climb the ladder, but what if the bottom rungs have been sawed off? You're not lazy, you're not unmotivated, you're just reaching for something that's entirely out of reach. That old model, it's outdated. Pretending it still works keeps people exhausted and ashamed. But the good news is, once you stop chasing someone else's version of success, you can start building your own version of freedom. So the old model is broken. What's taken its place? In my opinion, it's something better. My version of financial freedom today looks nothing like the dream life I once chased. It's less individualistic, less about what I own. It's more about what I can access and what I can give access to. Instead of building out the perfect tool set, I talk to my neighbors. My husband, not me, because I really don't work with tools. But anyway, if I need something, I try to borrow it first. If I have something, I'll lend it out. Same thing with food. I grow what thrives in my yard, and we can trade. Zucchinis for lemons or courgettes, depending on where you're from, beans for kale. Everyone gets to eat. I still want a beautiful life. I still want things to feel good, but now I don't need to buy something just to belong. I don't need to chase trends. I can create content about living well on a budget, and somehow it's more chic than anything I've ever bought new. I mean, I don't create content on that. Maybe you do. Instead of hustling for more income, I moved abroad. Instead of scaling a business, I started a channel that helps people find meaning in a slower life. I stopped buying constantly. I started repairing things. I thrift so I can discover quality made items. You'd be amazed at what people give away when they're too busy to fix a button. The most significant shift was when I stopped trying to do things on my own. For a long time, I thought being introverted meant hiding, but now I show up, I connect, and then I retreat and recharge. It's balanced, and somehow I feel more seen than before. I'm inspired by people who stop trying to outdo each other and start rebuilding together. People who stepped off the racetrack and said, "This track doesn't end, and I'm getting off." This version of freedom isn't about having it all. It's about being free. It's about needing less. It's about trading pressure for peace. If enough of us shift, even just a little, it becomes normalized. When people hear the words financial freedom, they often picture something flashy, a yacht, a villa, first class tickets, and passive income. But when I think of freedom, I think of being in my home with family and friends, talking, eating and laughing, feeling safe, feeling whole. I used to think being successful meant learning how to handle stress without breaking down. And I did. I was calm, productive, quietly suffering. And now I'm more emotional. I get overwhelmed, but I'm not stressed the way I used to be, and that's progress. If I could tell my younger self one thing, it would be this: stop staring at the horizon so hard that you miss the flowers by your feet. The goal will still be there, but the people, the moments, the grass, the sky, they won't wait. True freedom isn't about consuming more, it's about embracing a simpler life. It's about needing less. It's about being able to care for your health without debt, to walk anywhere without fear, to do your job without being exploited. And if your idea of freedom requires exploiting others, then it was never freedom. It was just power. We've been sold a lie that freedom means detaching, rising above, being untouchable. But absolute freedom is interdependent. It says, you're safe and so am I. You're well, so am I. If you want this version of freedom, you don't have to earn it by grinding yourself down. You have to let go of the idea that your actions don't affect anyone else. We're all in this together. And the sooner we act like it, the freer we're all going to be. The truth is, we can't hustle our way to freedom, not in a system built to concentrate wealth in the hands of few. That doesn't mean we give up. It means that we get smarter, we get softer with each other. We stop trying to outpace the game that was never designed for most of us to place, much less win. Freedom, as we've been led to believe, is a solo pursuit. But real freedom is a collective. It's shared. It looks like neighbors borrowing tools instead of buying them. It looks like food trade and thrifted goods and people saying we can take care of each other. When I first got married, I used to complain about how expensive homes in Vancouver's were. My husband told me about these communities of families who would pool their money to buy houses together. They'd buy one house and they'd all move in together. And once that house was paid off, they'd buy the next house. And some would split off to live in the new home while others would stay in the old home. But the families would continue to pool their money. They'd buy the next house and then the next. And they created stability together. No paying rent when you could pay towards a mortgage together. It was cooperation that brought them to be homeowners, free and clear. Can you imagine that? If you're watching this and you're feeling worn out, no matter how hard you try, it's not enough. I get it. Honestly, I've been there. But the thing is, you haven't failed. You're living in a system that's failing all of us, and you're still trying to make something beautiful out of it. So here's a small step, just one step. The next time that you think you need to make a purchase, I want you to pause. And then I want you to ask yourself if someone near you might already have it. If you feel safe doing so, ask to borrow it. Trade something in return. If this way of thinking resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. And what's your version of freedom? What's the one thing you've changed that made life lighter, even if it's just a little? Let's talk in the comments. It's not because conversation fixes things, but because we should share new ideas with each other. On June 14th, 47 is having a big birthday party parade. According to the Wall Street Journal, sponsors donate to the America 250 group. Top donors even get VIP access, which includes a military parade, a military readiness event at Fort Bragg Military Base, and an Independence Day celebration. Here are the event sponsors because knowledge is power, and we're on a mission to own our freedom. It was a pleasure having you join me for this conversation. I hope to see you very soon, and I'll see you in the comments. Okay, bye.